Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again. You know, I'm often motivated by things I hear, things I see. If I get a message, then I'll bring that message and share it with you. Might mean something to some of you or nothing to many of you, but I want to share it with you. You know, I have talked about change in our society. As spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, I talk about you being satisfied. You meaning every last one of you being satisfied in these bodies, on this earth, wherever you might be, during these times. And I, over these years, tried to articulate what I actually meant when I made these statements and how simple it could possibly be if the people chose to walk according to these principles. And I say that to you because I received them from a power that is invisible and yet is responsible for all existence that we do see. And so, you know, I have spent all of these years and I've seen that it's been a complicated matter because men have died, wars have been fought, given their lives, struggled, starved, burned themselves up, done everything to draw attention to the pain and suffering that is being caused by the way and the choices we've made in our lives. And it seems to have had no effect. But I always believed that there was something special that I had that would I make it much easier for people to understand and make people appreciate it. You see, what it really was is that a lot of folks talk about accomplishments here, accomplishments there. But I talked about accomplishments in every walk of life. When it came down to food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, transportation, anything that's made by the hands of man. I talked about things like peace, prosperity, freedom, and joy, and happiness, and living your own dreams. I mean, it's the stuff that makes my life so exciting. It's a spiritual exciting because this is stuff really isn't happening outside of the spirit. And yet I spend my entire life trying to see if we can get an awakening and say, hey, let's do it. And so there was once, I believe a few months ago, they had a lottery. And I think the amount was up to close to $1 billion, I believe. And I dreamed of winning that. Yes, I bought a ticket. I played that. I didn't play it but one time, though. I don't buy a bunch of tickets. I bought one ticket. And I said to myself, if I win this lottery, I'm going to go throughout the United States and I'm going to rent big auditoriums, stadiums, like football stadiums, and have rallies. The kind of rallies, maybe Billy Graham used to have, but I was going to invite the people out to a party. And at this party, I was going to give a presentation to you about the message that's so wonderful that I am convinced it would inspire you to say, hey, bring it on, brother. And I wanted to do that. That was such an amazing thing to me. But as you know, I didn't win that lottery, and those dreams and aspirations that I was having, well, they're gone now, truthfully. But today I was, I don't know if it was on the telly, I just heard somebody speaking of it, and they said something about the Powerball. It wasn't going to be anything like those big, close to billions, but it was going to be kind of high. And I saw that, and I'm thinking, wow, that I could win that. At least I'm thinking I can win it, and hoping that if I buy the ticket that I will win it. And so, yes, I bought the tickets. What do you think? I bought the tickets. But this time, the numbers that I chose from my birth dates, and I chose from my wife's birth dates. I've never done this before. I was bringing that which is my family here today. Me and my wife, I was bringing us together, putting our numbers together, reaching out to try to do something wonderful, or to achieve something wonderful, or to win the lottery. Anyway, I got the tickets. And I was thinking about how I felt about if I could win the close to $1 billion, what I was going to do. But this time it was a little bit different. To me, if we win, the money is for, we talked about it, we would use that money to help our families out. We would love to go back and do everything we possibly can to get them out of debt. But I'm sure being winners, you find a lot of family members that'll come out of the woodworks. And so I won't, realizing the truth, be able to get them all out of debt. But to be able to give them a piece of joy, give them a piece of the pie, give them a chance to smile and let them know, let my family and her family know, our God, our invisible God, I want to share it with them. That sounds so much better to me today than what I was thinking about yesterday. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I know up until that point right there, I might have sounded a little selfish, but it's the truth. Then I thought beyond that. I said, well, now, what about the rest of the people? You know, I'm doing what I can for my family, but what about the people on the sidelines? What about the people who are just as poor? What about the people that's been in the community all the time? I thought about that for a second. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? This is what I concluded. I'm going to be honest and tell you the truth. I'm not going to try to make it sound good. I said that I wouldn't give you anything. No, I would do, you share a little stuff, but as far as looking out for you, like I was wanting to look out for you before, I wouldn't do it. I would not look out for you like you need to be looked out for. And the reason is because you don't deserve it. You don't know it. But we as a people are a cruel, evil, low-down, dirty people. I know we lift ourselves up and said all kind of wonderful things about ourselves, making ourselves look good, but we are a low-down, mean, evil, mean-hearted, low-down people. A is the truth. Were we not mean and evil and low down and dirty, there would be no Donald Trump. If it were true, there would be no MAGA. If it were not true, there wouldn't be prosperity preachers out there ripping people off. If it were not true, there would not be pain and suffering in the streets. There would not be people going through all kinds of vices, hate, racism. And no, these things would not exist. If you were deserving. The truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, is that everything that is about us represents who we are. And we try to connect ourselves to something unique and say, well, we are above that. No, ladies and gentlemen, we are all living a lie. It is not about just, be quiet, Duchess, give me a few more minutes, okay? Give me just a few more minutes. My dog is calling. So let me just go on into it, ladies and gentlemen. Because everything I'm about to say, I've said on other videos. I just want you to know this. If I never say another word to you, the pain and suffering that we endure in this country and the pain and suffering that is endured all over the world is deserving. That means the people are blind. That means whoever you've accepted your leaders to be are blind and got you as blind as a bat. You were designed to live on this earth, just as I described it to you, as I dreamed it to be. And the only thing that you had to do to participate in the process was to have a career of your own choosing, a job of your own choosing, one that you loved, that gave you your greatest satisfaction. And all this other stuff would be just coming out of what you're doing. You wouldn't even know it. It'd just be great. It's like air breathing, the oxygen that you breathe, the blood that's flowing through your veins because it's working according to the plan that the masters put together. And you can't see that. You end up with somebody like Donald Trump and MAGA arguing with Joe Biden and the Democrats about a little bit of nothing when God has offered it all to you. But the blindness is deep. And the only people can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, the only people that can tell you the truth about God are those that God has revealed themselves to through a miracle. You see, a miracle removes doubt. And not all other stuff wishy-washy. I believe, that's why you believe all that stuff, because you don't know anything. But a miracle comes, you do. And those who've received a miracle is obligated to live before you, because you're supposed to be the instrumentation by the world in this darkness can see God living in you. And when they see God living in you, it's different. It's not like the stuff you see every day. It's different. People are not going to be impressed and love it, but it's God's. And you do it. You do it. You keep the devil at bay. Okay, here I come, Duchess.